Let's say that you and your friends are going to prank somebody. And while you're deciding, what you're going to do to prank this person, one of your friends says, well, why don't we toilet paper them? And you go, maybe. But then you have another friend say, I know, let's poop on their car. And you want to say, 那太超过了. How would you express that in English? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. The first situation I want to talk about is when you don't really care about hurting the feelings of the person that you thought went too far. In this kind of a situation, you would just say, that's too far. Listen to how I say it. That's too far. I'm not happy about it, right? Let's take a look at a mom talking to her son's basketball coach and see how she uses it. So, Eric just told me you made him run until he threw up. Do you want to explain yourself?
Well, if you make them run until they throw up, then you know that they're pushing themselves to the very limit, and that's how you become a winner.
That's too far. I will be talking to the principal very soon about this. So notice, the mom really wasn't that scared about hurting the coach's feelings. She was upset because her son was running until he threw up, and she does not like that. So she said, that's too far. Now let's say you don't want to hurt the feelings of the person that you thought went too far. In this kind of a situation, you would say, that's a little much, don't you think? So right here, when you say that's a little much, you're just saying, 那有点太超过. And then when you say, don't you think, you're trying to show them that, don't you think so too? You don't want to do this. You're trying to convince them, but kind of be soft about it at the same time. Let's take a look at a husband talking to his wife about their daughter and see how he uses it. I think we need to take her door away, so that way we know what she's doing all the time. Honey, that's a little much, don't you think? So right here, the husband doesn't want to hurt his wife's feelings, but he also wants to tell her, hey, that's too far. So instead of just saying that's too far, he says, that's a little much, don't you think? Now you may wonder, can I say too over in this kind of a situation? Well, native speakers usually won't say too over, and that's because that's just a direct translation of 太超过了 into English. So just remember, if you don't really care about the feelings of the person that you thought went too far, you can say, that's too far. If you don't want to hurt their feelings, but you still want to tell them that it's too far, you can say, that's a little much, don't you think? And that's usually how we express the vibe of 太超过了 in English.